And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And alright, so when we left off, we were heading to the head honchos of Uhra to explain how we survived Sephiroth's meteor attack. No, I'm just kidding. But it was a meteor attack. So how much does one say that that's a joke? But before we do any of that, we're going to be looting the town. Because who doesn't like free shit, you know? So, I will say this, that this game has a lot of free stuff just kind of floating around, and you just have to go look for it. So you can see I'm walking slowly so I can find everything here. But some of the stuff sometimes can kind of blend in the background. And like shit like this, you can see it right there. It's so easy to miss this stuff. It's not a joke. Let me see here. Okay, we're good. We're good. The thing is, it's so easy to miss something. It's like making sure I don't miss anything. I think that's everything, I think. Let's keep moving. Just keeping my eyes peeled for any more waving posters and other bullshit.
Well done. You may leave.
Alright, get to the point, crazy
Lieutenant
beard dude.
Marganar, we thank you for a job well done. I am Roxian, chairman of the Central Council of Uhra. Well, Lieutenant, it seems people are calling you the Immortal. We've heard there were almost no survivors from Uhra or Kent after the meteor crashed on the Highlands. And yet, you appear to be unharmed, even though you were presumably at the precise point of impact. Tell me, how did you survive?
I don't know.
My lord, please allow me to explain.
Fine. Speak.
Thank you, my lord. Actually, this man is immortal thanks to my magic energy. He is under a spell of immortality that I conjured.
I wish to know more. This immortality spell, how does it work?
I don't know.
What? Are you saying that you don't know about the spell cast on you?
I don't remember. I recalled nothing.
My lord, this man has lost his memory. However, he is skilled in magic energy. So I have been studying his abilities.
Then what can you tell us, Gongora?
With all due respect, my lord, the spell is a curse. It is said that merely hearing it brings death near. For the safety of everyone, it is better that the spell be kept secret.
Very well. Since I trust your studied opinion, I shall take your word that we should not know the spell. Death is determined by fate, and one cannot fight it. Lieutenant, since it seems that you cannot be killed, the Council would like to bestow a special mission on you. We want you to go to Grandstaff.
My lord,
Gongora, you cannot keep this hidden any longer. Till now, construction has been left up to you, but we've lost contact with the site.
it's just that...
Gongora! Until we can confirm that Grandstaff project is safe, construction shall be suspended.
Yes, my lord.
So now, Lieutenant Argonar, you know of Grandstaff, under construction in the Sea of Bas?
I've heard that it's a magic staff.
Yes, it is. As you just heard, all communications with the site have been cut off for some time now. Considering the danger from magic energy leaks, we suspect that no one can investigate the possible cause, except someone immortal.
Well, there is someone else.
What did you say?
At the Wall Highlands, another immortal. Her name is Balmor.
Well then, this other one shall accompany you. I shall summon her. Quickly, make the arrangements.
Right away, my lord.
My lord, pardon me for saying this, but I'm building Grandstaff for the sake of our nation and its people.
Enough! We will await Khaim's return and report.
Of course, my lord.
You are dismissed, Lieutenant.
Everybody's just so casual that the dude's an immortal. And, so casual about Gongora saying he cast a spell of immortality. So, I don't know. That's a little odd of a story element. I have word that the Chairman Roxian... have word from Chairman Roxian that you're off duty until further official orders from the Council. There's a fine inn just along the street for you to stay and wait for your order. We already arranged for the Council to contact you there. You can check for the location of inns and shops with the navigation map on the top right corner of the screen. You can use... also zoom in and out. Okay, that's just that. So yeah, a little bit of a strange precedent that was made there. But... again, still looking for free shit. Oh, look at that. Goodies! Nice. I'm hiding behind this dude that I easily missed. That one I know is there. Because it's another seed. So there's this. There's this. $10. Two more whetstones. We're not done yet. There's a lot of stuff in the early parts of the game to collect, by the way. Just the way that this game is. bucks. Another aqua bomb. I think that's your second one so far. Actually, that might be our first one. Really quick, I just want to explain what the... Oh, yeah, it is our first one. Okay, yeah, it's just a water elemental attack item. There are attack items in this game. And you can sort the list. I'd rather have a clean, sorted list than a confused and absurd to understand one. And like I said, you can just see little things everywhere to interact with. There's another seed. Now, oh, that's right. We don't have access yet. I believe he'll explain that the owner of this store often is traveling to find quality items. I appreciate his enthusiasm, but we can't shop while he's away. That upsets me. And apparently, he doesn't have his store locked, so why don't you just steal his shit? Okay. We'll just get the stuff in here next. It's just easier, to be fair. But first...
And now, counselors, I propose that Gongora be removed from Grand Staff Project, with control transferred to this council.
My lord.
In addition, until Lieutenant Argonar completes his investigation, I propose that Gongora be confined to his residence under surveillance. Those who disagree with my proposal, raise your hands now.
It appears I have no choice but to agree.
I see there are no objections. It is decided.
Well, it's like, if there's nothing to worry about, Gongora, why do you care so much? Just saying, if there's nothing to worry about, this will blow over like nothing. But it's kind of built around his reactions. Now, some people say this is a translation decision. I've not found any evidence to support that. I think that it's part of what was supposed to happen. But whatever. Let's keep moving. Another seed. We'll work our way from the back to the front. Guest book. To our dear guest, do you have any questions, comments, or suggestions? Kindly write them down here. We came here for our honeymoon. We'll never forget the experience of a lifetime. We'll treasure this forever. Thank you. It rained the whole time. How could I have any fun? It's like bad weather just follows me around. The soldiers were loud. Everything was so expensive. I just wanted to go home. At least the girl was really cute and her food was good. This was my first time in the city. It's been an interesting and meaningful trip. I'd like to visit again. I came here to send my son off to the army. He's such a kind-hearted boy. I'm worried that he won't fit in with those military types. I just pray that he'll be back safe. I rode on the monorail. I saw the castle. I played with the dog. I'm going to go to my grandma's house tomorrow. I can't wait. And I believe that's it. Alright, let's move on. Angel's Plum. And we get a Holy Night Charm. So let's take a look at that. As you can see, accessories can teach you things. Crisis Defense Boost. 8 SP. You earn SP after battle, and that may not be the one we go with, but I'm going to put it on now to remind myself that I have it. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Don't care about this. That just tells you about the locations in the area. And yeah. So, you know what? Well, fuck it. We'll read it. I'm sorry, guys. We'll read it. Uhra Street Map. Great Gate, downtown Uhra. The Palace, transportation in Uhra. Great Gate. The magnificent structure serves as the entrance to the city of Uhra, as well as providing protection from enemies. The monorail station has now become a central part of Uhra's transportation, and it is one of the blessings from the Magic Industrial Revolution. Remember, that was 30 years ago. The beautiful sights of Main Street are the most memorable parts of Uhra. The charmingly authentic Flagstone Boulevard melds seamlessly with the wonders of modern magic engine technology, create a wonderful blend of old and new Uhra in one unique view. The Palace. Even under Uhra's modern republican government, the palace's majestic exterior continues to loom over Uhra. Rebuilt as part of the Magic Industrial Revolution, this symbolic structure continues to serve as one of the city's most recognizable buildings. Transportation in Uhra. The monorail system is inexpensive and runs frequently, so it's your best choice for visiting downtown or the palace area. For those who prefer a more personal touch, magic taxis offer a high level of privacy. Some merchants even conduct their most important meetings inside. The more you know. Alright. Now, I don't believe there's anything in the other rooms, or that we can't get into them. This is the budget room. That's locked. And as you can see, this is similar. So the other two rooms are kind of more like big suites in a way, and the other one is not. Just saying. Let's go ahead and make a save. Saving's your friend. You know what? We'll do this instead. Get out of the way. Jackhole. Can't go through that door, don't bother. The innkeeper's like, the hell's wrong with that guy? Alright, let's see here. As we keep moving. What do we got here? Nice. That was practically given away. Grab this while we're here because it's all, you can already see it in the distance, but kind of a ruse, and you'll see why. Because you'll miss investigating the area here. It's a delightful playground. Kitty! And nice. Now, you might remember one of our key items here. He's such a lively young boy, I can't keep up with him at my age. Hand her the Uhran soldier's effects. Send this charm off with my son, it can only mean one thing. I knew it. I was kidding myself before, really, but I knew it. This was my grandfather's nameplate, a souvenir from a war long ago that miraculously survived. He told me that a fellow soldier saved his life in that war, but I suppose his nameplate wasn't enough to do the same for my son. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring this to me. There's so many families in this war with nothing to remember their departed by. May not be much, but I want you to have this. I hope you make it to retirement, soldier. 2 poison oils. Doesn't sound like something much of a reward. Let's keep moving. So yeah, it doesn't give you anything so outrageous that, you know, if you miss those items on the battlefield, it's like gonna ruin your, you know, playthrough or anything. But the game is trying to get you into a habit. A very simple habit, and that's not really a joke. It's just really straightforward. Another seed. Another seed. I love how those seeds were back to back. Cold water stone. I believe that's everything. Yeah. By the time you get to the dog, you'll transfer over to the next area. Which we have no business over there. Alright, so yeah, let's move things along, shall we? And we're gonna get to a major element here. Now, some people love this element, some people find it annoying. I'll be honest, I thought it was slightly annoying in the beginning, but it was a different way of building up the overall story as the game progresses. It's hard to explain without giving anything away, so I'm not going to say much more about it, but we're gonna bump into these things that are known as the 1,000 Years of Dreams. And for lack of a better word, it happens, and when it happens, you get this story that you have to read, which can be, some of them are actually kind of long, which makes them equally annoying. But they are relevant, not to the game. It doesn't necessarily help you in any way, shape, or form, but it's world building. And when you find out kind of the deep secrets of the storyline of what's going on, these stories become all the more important and worth reading, to understand, you know, like the progression of things. Now, these stories don't necessarily seem related to the primary story at hand, but again, they're things that usually you want to really think about. Makes you think. Welcome, the council's told me about you. Please enjoy your stay.
As Kaim slips into deep sleep, his dream unfolds.
We'll read what the tutorial says too.
A dream, or his past. At this moment, there is no way he could know.
Well, that didn't go too well. When children found out that Mickey Mouse was a lie. I'm just here for your money. Oh! That mouse motherfucker. I will say this, the scene of him with the tear going down would be much more dramatic if he didn't have that fucking strand of hair down the middle of his face. It is a very bizarre character choice. Kaim recalls a memory that was locked deep in his heart. Here we go. A dream has been revealed. Now you can cancel out of these, but we're going to read them as they come to us. Because, like I said, they do a lot of world building, and this game, the nature of it kind of needs it. So I will do it in my epic fantasy reading voice. The family members have tears in their eyes when they welcome Kaim back to the inn from his long journey. Thank you so much for coming. He understands the situation immediately. The time for departure is drawing near. Hana's departure. Too soon, too soon. But still, he knows this day would have to come sometime, and not in the distant future. I might never see you again, she said with him. With a sad smile, he left on his journey. I did not read that right. I might never see you again, she said to him with a sad smile when he left on this journey. Her smiling face almost transparent in the whiteness, so fragile and therefore indescribably beautiful as she lay in bed. May I see Hana now? He asks. The innkeeper gives him a tiny nod and says, I don't think she'll know who you are, though. She hasn't opened her eyes since last night, he warns Kaim. You can tell from the slight movement of her chest that she is clinging to a frail thread of life, but it could snap at any moment. It's such a shame. I know you made a special point to come here for her. Another tear glides down the wife's cheek. Never mind, it's fine, Kaim says. He has been present at innumerable deaths, and his experience has taught him much. Death takes away the power of speech, first of all, then the ability to see. What remains alive to the very end, however, is the power to hear. Even though the person has lost consciousness, it is by no means unusual for the voices of family to bring forth smiles or tears. Kaim put his arm around the woman's shoulder and says, I have lots of travel stories to tell her. I've been looking forward to this my whole time on the road. Instead of smiling, the woman released another large tear and nods to Kaim. Hana was looking forward to hearing your stories. Her sobs almost drown her outer words. The innkeeper says, I wish I could urge you to rest up from your travels before you see her, but Kaim interrupts his apologies. Of course I'll see her right away. There's very little time left. Hana, the only daughter of the innkeeper and his wife, will probably breathe her last before the sun comes up. Kaim lowers his pack to the floor and quietly opens the door to Hana's room. Hana was frail from birth. Far from enjoying the opportunity to travel, she rarely left the town or even the neighborhood in which she was born and raised. This child will probably not live to adulthood, the doctor told her parents. To this tiny girl with extraordinary beautiful doll-like features, the gods had dealt an all too sad destiny. That they had allowed her to be born the only daughter of the keepers of a small inn, but the highway was perhaps one small act of atonement for such an iniquity. Hana was able to go anywhere, but the guests who stayed at her parents' inn would tell her stories of the countries and towns and landscapes and people that she would never know. Whenever the guests arrived at the inn, Hana would ask them, Where are you from? Where are you going? Can you tell me a story? She would sit and listen to those stories with sparkling eyes, urging them on to new episodes with, and then? When they left the inn, she would beg them, please come back and tell me lots and lots of stories about faraway countries. She would stand there waving until the person disappeared far down the highway, give one lonely sigh, and go back to bed. Hannah is sound asleep. No one else is in the room, perhaps an indication that she has long since passed the stage where the doctors can do anything for her. Kime sits down in the chair next to the bed and says with a smile, "Hello, Hannah, I'm back." She does not respond. Her little chest, still without the swelling of a grown woman, raises and falls almost imperceptibly. "I went far across the ocean this time," he tells her. "The ocean on the side where the sun comes up. I took a boat from the harbor way, way, way far beyond the mountains you can see from this window. And I was on the sea from the time the moon was perfectly round till it got smaller and smaller and then bigger and bigger until it was full again. There was nothing but ocean as far as the eye could see. Just the sea and the sky. Can you imagine it, Hannah? You've never seen the ocean, but I'm sure people have told you about it. It is like a huge, big, endless puddle." Kime chuckles to himself, and it seems to him that Hannah's pale white cheeks moved slightly. She can hear him, even if she cannot speak or see. Her ears are still alive. Believing and hoping this to be true, Kime continued with the story of his travels. He speaks no words of parting. As always with Hannah, Kime smiles with a special gentleness he has never shown to anyone else. And he goes on telling his tales with a bright voice, sometimes even accompanying his story with exaggerated gestures. He tells her about the blue ocean. He tells her about the blue sky. He says nothing about the violent sea battle that stained the ocean red. Oh no, he never tells her about those things. Hannah was still a tiny girl when Kime first visited the inn. When she asked him, "Where are you from? And will you tell me stories?" With her childish pronunciation and innocent smile, Kime felt a soft glow in his chest. At the time, he was returning from battle. More precisely, he had ended one battle and was on his way to the next. His life consisted of traveling from one battlefield to another, and nothing about that has changed to this day. He has taken the lives of countless enemy troops and witnessed the death of countless comrades on the battlefield. Moreover, the only thing separating enemies from comrades is the slightest stroke of fortune. Had the gears of destiny turned in a slightly different way, his enemies would have been his comrades and his comrades' enemies. This is the fate of a mercenary. He was spiritually worn down back then and feeling unbearably lonely. As a possessor of eternal life, Kime had no fear of death, which was precisely why each of the soldiers faced distorted in fear, and why each face of a man who died in agony was burned permanently into his brain. Ordinarily, he would spend nights on the road drinking, immersing himself in an alcoholic stupor, or pretending to. He was trying to make himself forget the unforgettable. When, however, he saw Hannah's smile as she begged him for stories about his long journey, he felt a far warmer and deeper comfort than he could ever attain from liquor. He told her many things about the beautiful flower he discovered on the battlefield, about the bewitching beauty of the mist filling the forest the night before the final battle, about the marvelous taste of the spring water in a ravine where he and his men had fled after losing battle, about a vast, bottomless blue sky he saw after battle. He never told her anything sad. He kept his mouth shut about the human ugliness and the stupidity he witnessed endlessly on the battlefield. He concealed his position as a mercenary from her, keeping silent regarding his reasons for traveling constantly, and spoke only of things that were beautiful and sweet and lovely. He sees now that he told Hannah only beautiful stories of the road, like this, not so much out of concern for her purity, but for his own sake. Staying in the inn where Hannah waited to see him turned out to be one of Kaim's small pleasures in life. Telling her about the memories he brought back from his journeys, he felt some degree of salvation, however slight. 5 years, 10 years, his friendship with the girl continued. Little by little she neared adulthood, which meant that, as the doctors had predicted, each day brought her that much closer to death. And now, Kaim ends the last travel story he will share with her. He can never see her again, can never tell her stories again. Before dawn, when the darkness of night is at its deepest, long pauses enter into Hannah's breathing. The frail thread of her life, is about to snap as Kaim and her parents watch over her. The tiny light that has lodged in Kaim's breast will be extinguished. His lonely travels will begin again tomorrow. His long, long travels without end. You will be leaving on travels of your own soon, Hannah, Kaim tells her gently. You'll be leaving for a world that no one knows, a world that has never entered into any of the stories you have heard so far. Finally, you will be able to leave your bed and walk anywhere you want to go. You'll be free. He wants her to know that death is not sorrow, but a joy mixed with tears. It's your turn now. Be sure and tell everybody about the memories of your journey. Her parents will make the same journey someday, and someday Hannah will be able to meet all the guests she has known at the inn, far beyond the sky. I, however, can never go there. I can never escape this world. I can never see you again. This is not goodbye. It's just the start of your journey. He speaks his final words to her. We'll meet again. His final lie to her. Hannah makes her departure. Her face is transfused with a tranquil smile, as if it has just said, "See you soon." Her eyes will never open again. A single tear glides slowly down her cheek. The end. So, it's a type of character story building, world building. We now have a deeper understanding of Kaim, and we have a deeper understanding of the world Kaim inhabits to a degree. Now there's 31, I believe there's 31 of these technically. So these will take up some portions of episodes, just as a heads up. Kaim's mind is filled with the lost pieces of past memories. Certain sights or conversations can bring these memories back in the form of dreams. To continue episodes from 1,000 Years of Dreams again, rest at any inn or bed and select them from the start menu. You can view these episodes any number of times. When viewing an episode from 1,000 Years of Dreams, you can pause it by pressing the start button or cancel by pressing the back button. So you can technically exit out of the memory if you don't have that much time, blah, 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 you don't care. There's people that would play this game that wouldn't care about that stuff, but it's, to me, it's a big deal. I think they're really interesting. Most of them are very interesting. I think one of them is kind of weird. And some of them are very touching. Some of them are very dark and fucked up. And then some are also, and then others kind of give you an idea of what's been going on in Kaim's life. I believe prior to this moment. Possibly even to this moment. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but it's interesting and it's important stuff, so I don't see why not. Did you sleep well? No message for you, I'm afraid. We'll hold any messages that come for you here, so please don't hesitate to take a stroll outside. I'm sure you'd like to forget the horrors of the battlefield. Oh, by the way, feel free to use any of the items you find here. They are compliments of the house. Well, we did that already. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTarStudios for some more live gaming action. You can also check out our Chairman of the Board show, as well as our Hobo Headcrab Blind Plays. The Chairman of the Board show, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday nights. The Chairman of the Board show is on at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the Hobo Headcrab show is usually on Thursdays, but sometimes it moves around because of his work schedule. So that's more of a, if you follow the channel, you'll know when that show's happening. It's the best I can do right now. The guy's got Hobo's got a tough schedule. I mean, he is a hobo. You gotta give the guy credit. He's toughing it out. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.